take projection.
Welcome everybody to Taking on Sports. I am TD. That is Greg. Greg, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. A little tired, but good. How are you tonight?
About the same. About the same. We got our little guy is getting in his last teeth, his molars. So he's not not sleeping great lately, but it's hit or miss. You know, he wakes up pretty much every night and comes to our bed. Most of the time, he falls right back asleep, so it's fine. Sometimes he decides that it's 3:30 in the morning and he wants to get up, and
It's time to play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And why aren't you guys up with me? What's going on?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
We got plenty of sleep. We're good. But yeah, no, we're good. Just enjoying it. It's starting to get hot now. Finally, actually, summertime coming. So it's that little mini depression you get when you realize you're just about to be sweating your ass off for the next 6-7 months. Yeah.
At least 2 months.
At least 2.
Probably at least till mid-October.
Yeah, a little bit, not as bad sometimes up here in Birmingham.
All right.
Up in even though it is a very small mountain, we are up in the mountain a little bit, so we get a little bit of relief from that.
Not as bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely.
Yeah, I know what's that? Thinking about the Heat, that second Alabama game against second or third game against freaking Wisconsin's 11 a.m. in the middle of September.
Yeah.
I was like, that could be a
That's
hot
gonna be
one.
Yeah, a hot one. I mean, I often say the hottest game that
It was that damn Georgia game.
Freshman year. Yep.
Fuck yeah.
And that was the first weekend of October.
I don't think I've ever been hotter at that stadium a day in my life. Even spring game wasn't as hot as that.
No.
Day
No.
wasn't. That day was the hottest day.
The only thing that I can think that came close to it in our time there was the next year when Arkansas came, and I think it was that 3 overtime loss to him, and what's his face, Matt Jones just running wild.
Yeah.
Stiff arming Roman Harper into the next dimension.
Yeah.
But if you remember that game, it stormed like hell before the game, and they actually had to delay the game.
Didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it delayed it. And then after it came back, of course, it was the nicest weather you ever, but then it just kept getting hotter and hotter. Mm-hmm. So I think it was muggy because of the rain, all the moisture and stuff like that.
Right.
But it wasn't too bad because we were all soaking wet, so we were drying off. Yeah. So it felt fine. Right. But yeah, that Georgia game, I often say that. I remember I think if I remember right, my dad, he still, when the games had season tickets back then, I think he actually left the game a little early and went to his truck to sit in it and listen to the game on the radio and get in the AC. Because he even called me after the game, said, he was starting to get a headache. Granted, in 2002, Scott Wood, there probably was some outside substances, a little liquid that also helped with that. I know that's what helped with me. I remember I was sitting in, what was that group called? Yale Crew.
Yale Crew,
Yeah, I was in Yale Crew my freshman year, and the dude I sat next to was just some frat boy who had his date there, and he snuck a bottle of Jim Beam into his blazer, and he kept pulling it out when I had my Coke or whatever. He'd be like, "Come on, man, you want some? Just a little taste, and just every time I got a drink, he just kept pouring some in there. So
that's funny. That's one thing about frat boys. They were always very open with just very generous with their alcohol.
Oh yeah, they're there for the good time, and they were happy to share. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were. No matter what, they were always happy to share.
Yeah, you couldn't. In fact, you couldn't say no. It was rude to say no.
That's pretty much like was the worst thing you could have did that day was to say no.
Yeah, it's like turning down food from your mother-in-law or something. It's like, you better not.
Right. Exactly.
Well, yeah, let's let's go ahead and get started. I'm sure you're doing the same thing I am right now, watching this NBA Finals game 2.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're gonna take care of business tonight.
Yeah, it looks like they're
They're
going to
not
finish
gonna,
it because game 1, Greg. Man,
man,
I
just wild.
just wild. I was doing stuff, so I was a little late turning in, and I turned in about
Yeah,
just a few minutes before Indiana started their comeback, and
yeah. Because I was watching. Honestly, I was watching softball. That's because I mean, that was what game. That was game one there, which was crazy as well. So
yeah, and so by all accounts, it was all OKC beforehand, and
yeah,
it seemed like Indiana just couldn't find that gear, and then they just slowly chipped in and chipped in and chipped in, and
kept
then just
going.
next thing you
Yeah,
knew,
yeah.
Tyrese Haliburton was hitting the game winning shot with like
Of
.3
course it
seconds
was.
left. Um,
But he's
it,
he's turning into one of the most clutch dudes all time, based upon
it,
his numbers. He
unbelievable. It
has like
wasn't like,
eight.
uh huh.
He has like 8 game winners, and I think he's up there with like Reggie. I think Reggie Miller only has like 8. LeBron has like he's up there like Reggie, LeBron as far as like in playoffs with a clutch.
I think he's got
Something.
4 this year alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So he's may not always have the best games, like 48 minutes, but man, son, he has that clutch gene when it really matters. You just knew he
Eh,
was gonna make that shot too. I just knew he was.
Yeah, exactly. And you said it right there. It wasn't like he was killing it. It wasn't like it was a
No,
36, 13, and 11
no.
performance.
He
It
had a
was
very
you know,
pedestrian performance.
15 points. He wasn't shooting
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It seemed like OKC it kind of really stifled him. And then
Mhm.
I was with you as soon as he got that ball and pulled up, made his
As soon
little
as SGA
move.
missed and they got the rebound, he got the ball. I said, "Oh yeah, this game over."
And
I just knew he was gonna hit that.
I was more surprised that SGA missed that shot before than I was that
Yeah,
Halliburton hit it.
exactly.
As he goes here and hits a nice shot there, a little fall away 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, because SGA that game, he made some plays. I remember texting the group just being like, man, he is so good. Just so good. So fun to
he is
watch.
so good.
When he took that last shot, SGA, I was like, oh, this is the clincher. He's going to clinch it right here. And he missed it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit. And then when they got the ball to Halliburton, I
He
immediately
just
thought,
knew.
I was like, oh, shit, they're going to
Yeah.
steal it. And that's exactly what they did. Indiana stole game 1. It was a
Dude,
thievery.
that's the most Pacer thing. That's just their MO this whole playoff is just they close games out. No matter, yeah. You have to like literally make sure there's no time on the clock when you're playing the Pacers this playoff season.
Yeah, you better
Like
not
it's
leave them.
crazy.
Better not
Dude,
leave
this is
them
like the
open.
first is this like the first since like the Cleveland series? This will be like the first series where they haven't gone up 2-0 on the road. It's crazy.
You might be right. Yeah.
Because I'm sure they would start off 2-0 in Cleveland, 2-0 against New York. Golly.
Were
It's
they
crazy.
They're the 4 seed, right? So they would have had home court against Milwaukee, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. But
Yeah. No, it's crazy, and yeah, right now it looks like what OKC's up 20 with what like 4.5 to play. Is there?
yeah, I think it's safe enough. Even with the
Yeah.
Pacers, I think this is gonna too a little too much to overcome. And you knew
Yeah.
that. I mean, you knew that they were gonna come with a whole. And it's kind of been they've kind of been in front the whole game. I mean, it's really hadn't been much of a drama tonight, but kind of expected that. I mean, after the game one shocker, I mean, it was. I mean, their crowd was ready to go tonight. Everybody in this blue shirt. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so just knew it was they were locked in. They weren't not gonna go down 0-2.
No. Yeah. No. And
They're too good. They're too good to go down 0-2 like that. And they've seen what everybody else's fate has been going down 0-2 to the Pacers. It's not a good not a good thing.
no.
You
Yeah.
don't want
I
to go
think
back
yeah.
to Indiana down 2.
Absolutely not. No. But you can still feel a little bit of like a tenseness in the
Yeah.
crowd as the
Yeah,
Pacers are still, or
yeah, they're
the
kind of
Thunder. Yeah,
they're
like you
there.
said, you look at it, the Thunder are going to close it out, but
Right. You just
uh,
yeah, you get that sense that they're just kind of like, we got it
like
right.
yeah,
Feels good, but
every time Indiana makes a shot, and then every time OKC misses one, you can just see them kind of grip the little armrest, like,
uh,
no, we're good, we're
yeah,
good, we're good, right,
yeah,
right, yeah,
exactly.
yeah, but so yeah, it looks like OKC will even it up at 1-1. They'll, of course, on their flight to Indianapolis, they'll be still thinking about game one and how they should be going up there 2-0. But
Hmm.
yeah, they got a more complete game tonight. Chet Holmgren, much better game tonight than game
Much
one.
better. Yeah, he struggled in game one. Didn't
Yeah.
even get to finish the game. They took
No.
him out to
Yeah.
close out the game. But
So yeah, he and of course SGA being SGA.
yeah,
But yeah, it looks like they will cinch this one off and head to Indianapolis. Indiana 1-up.
yeah.
You mentioned the other big thing this week too, Women's College World Series. Texas took it. First
Crazy.
title in program history, and
Yeah. It's a wild.
it,
It's a wild. Well, the first two games were wild. Last game
yeah,
really
yeah,
wasn't much.
yeah. No drama in Game 3.
Yeah, but dude, some things I've never seen. The first game I've never seen someone make a hit off when they're supposed to be intentionally walked.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Oh man.
And then I've never seen somebody not pitch like they're almost pitching regularly when they're intentionally walking somebody either. I think she's
Yeah.
just so good. It's just not natural for her to do that.
Exactly. I think I heard one of the announcers say something similar too about like it's just so hard for her to not throw a strike that she
Yeah,
couldn't just like toss it that wide. And
right.
because I missed that live, and when I came back to it, I watched it, because I saw the
Yeah,
little title that was like, oh, they Texas wins it or on the intentional walk or whatever. I'm like,
yeah,
what? And when I
yeah.
saw the clip, I was like, oh shit! Like she just threw that right down the middle. Like it wasn't even like the girl
Yeah.
for Texas made a play and stepped across.
No,
I've seen that happen
it
in
was
baseball before in
right
Major
where
League
they try
Baseball.
to
Yeah, the
reach.
guy kind of lunge at it and he'll like slap a little hit in the shallow, right field or something. No, this was
It
just
was a pretty
squared up.
decent pitch. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. She just
just a
couldn't.
little
Yeah,
high. But yeah, I just
yeah,
don't think it's in her DNA to throw balls like on purpose.
yeah. No, you're
It's
right.
just not built
It's
for
like
that.
she, yeah. It's just like
I-
I don't know what to. Yeah, I don't know how to do this here. I bet she
yeah,
wishes. Yeah, they had the baseball rule where she could just the manager could say, "Hey, we're walking this guy," and they go down
I've
first.
always wondered that why why they've when you were intentionally walking somebody and they know it. Why do you have to throw your four pitches? Just get them on the base.
Yeah, Major League Baseball made that switch a couple years ago, and they're
Yeah.
doing all those
But
things to
even when I was
trim down
little,
game time.
I
Yeah.
always wondered. Yeah, I mean they're good for them, but I've always wondered that why, if the intention's been made, hey, we're gonna walk this guy, why even throw the four pitches? Just head him onto the base.
Yeah, let's just get this guy in here. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, but good series. Overall, good whole
Yeah,
World Series, all 8 games,
great.
good championship series.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
great. I mean, great. The first game, all the drama. I mean, that drama. Then they had right before that, Texas Tech had scored, got their person off the what they called said that the Texas player was in her way sliding in the
yeah,
second. Clearly, she was out.
obstruction or
The
something. Yeah,
obstruction, worst call I've ever seen. And I thought, man, and Texas Tech scored off that, and I was like, wow.
yeah. That
Because that
hit
would have
was a
been like the
little kind
third
of.
out, and that put her at second, and she ended up scoring the next. And I thought, man, the Tech's about to win off that. And of course, then we got the intentional walk there in the bottom of the sixth. And in game two, I mean, Tech went out 4-1, and then Texas made a little run at the end there, 4-3. Luckily, she was able to close it out. And then, it just fell apart. I mean, 3 straight days of pitching. The teams, not only that, but you're playing the same team. So they've seen you for 2 straight days. It's not like the rest of the College World Series or the regionals where you're seeing somebody new every day.
No, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you're on your last leg, you're tired. And then, they've seen you for 3 straight days. And I mean, it's a hell of a Texas team. So, yeah, they finally able to crack the code there, more or less. But I mean, I guess the biggest news other than Texas win is that she Kennedy signed another $1 million contract to stay in Lubbock for another year.
Yeah,
That's
huge news to
crazy.
the Red Raiders there, yeah.
I mean,
That
obviously they're going to be very much in the mix again next year. Hopefully they can get a little more offense around her. They did get a big
yeah,
pickup, I guess. They got a catcher or something from Ohio State who seemed to be a pretty decent hitter, if that's all correct. So, you see these things and there's so much fake info that gets put out there. You're like, is this real?
yeah.
But,
Tough to know, yeah, where the real
yeah,
stuff comes from.
yeah.
But either way, yeah, I think Tech is not only back, but now they've now made themselves kind of a destination for softball with that run, and
Yeah,
let's
I
see if
mean,
we'll see if they can
it's great if
capitalize
they
and,
can
and build a
continue with that. And then
exactly.
obviously, they've been paying a lot of money from sports in general. And I mean, good for them. I mean, if you have the money, but they seem to spend a lot in the portal and football. And man, but really, I mean, Texas Tech, I mean, the basketball program has been decent the last,
Decade
what,
plus, 2 decades
decade. I
almost.
mean,
Yeah,
they were decent with Bobby Knight.
Bobby. Yeah.
They had some good seasons, and then of course the Ole Miss coach Beard, when he was there, went to the national championship game. And this new guy, probably should have been in the final. I mean, they should be Florida.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
So I
should have
mean,
held on
they,
to that guy.
yeah. So I mean, obviously they're the forefront, but then football's supposed to have a big season. Softball, we saw what they did. But outside of that, I mean, Texas Tech not really a place. I mean, they're known for solid stuff, but never really a championship. Because I was on some tech thing on some guy. I mean, once you like comment on something, on Facebook, all of a sudden you or make us like I made a post about Texas Tech softball, and then all of a sudden you see all these Texas Tech posts appear on your feed or whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, I got on this thing. I was like, who do you guys want to see win? And I said, Tech, because I don't know if I can't think of the last championship I can remember was Cheryl Swoops in like '93. People are like, well, we won the indoor men's track championship. I was like, oh, okay. That's not what we're talking. I was like, oh, okay. I
Yeah,
said,
that's
sure.
yeah,
So,
that yeah.
all right.
Like good for them. Congratulations, but also
You know what I meant.
yeah, yeah.
Come
You
on,
know what I meant. Yeah, come on.
the big time sports. I mean,
But no,
they're
there's an opening now in the Big 12. The departure of Texas and Oklahoma for a program to step up
a
and
step
be
up. Yeah,
and be the
absolutely.
the keystone, the flagship program of that
Maybe it is
conference.
Tech.
And yeah, Tech. It could be. Yeah, why not Tech? I mean, they got. I
I mean, they have
imagine.
some history. I mean,
I was
they've
about to
had
say
history.
they got a little bit of history. I imagine that they got some resources. I just would imagine that being a West Texas school and being a technical school, you got some like oil men. You got
Oh,
some oil money
absolutely.
in your alumni base, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have a little bit of money. Maybe not to the extent of Texas or A&M, but
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely have a good
But you
amount.
got something, yeah. You got
You
something
have
where,
something there. Absolutely. I mean, obviously, you have be able to pay a softball pitcher $1 million without blinking 2 years in a
yeah.
row. There's definitely some
Yeah.
backers there that
And
want to
yeah,
win.
yeah. It's
They
also
have a
interesting
great
to see,
fan base,
yeah, loyal, travel well,
yeah,
fun.
loud as hell.
Yeah, good color scheme, like, yeah, a
Yeah,
lot going for him.
I said so.
Yeah,
Yeah, why not Tech?
exactly. Why not them? But yeah, that was a fun World Series overall. Good championship series. Like you said, game 3 just kind of Tech
Yeah,
just,
got away from them.
ran out of gas
The
and
the
Texas is too
impressive though
deep.
is that
Yeah.
Texas third baseman who hit the home run. She's playing with a torn ACL and was the star of the series. Uh,
Insane. Just yeah.
Yeah. It's like, geez.
Yeah. So that's it for a good season.
Yeah.
I can't wait till next year.
Absolutely.
men's baseball tournament, of course, was the Super Regionals this weekend.
Yeah.
The bats came out this weekend. A lot of
Yeah, they
homers,
did.
a lot
Jeez,
of big runs
wow.
scored. Some more fun. Not too many. Only a few of the series went to 3 games, but
Yeah.
and even in there
So,
kind of being, it's a lot more scores. I mean, this Florida State Oregon one, Florida State put up 2 in the top of the first, and then Oregon State answered with 7 in the bottom,
yeah. And it's
and now
like,
they're up 13-3 in the top of the fourth.
no, so Oregon State looks like they're on the verge of coming to Omaha.
Yeah, they would be the
Yeah.
only second top 8 seed, top 8 national seed to make it right now. Only Arkansas has clinched it.
Yeah.
LSU
They
looks like they're.
dominated Tennessee today.
Oh yeah, Arkansas just
Took it to the
whooped the
Vols.
Vols. Yeah, 11-4, big bats, big grand slam there.
Yeah.
LSU
Yeah.
also
Talk
put up
about
a bunch, jumped up 6-0 on Virginia here in their game 2 there. West Virginia, excuse me, but Mountaineers coming back at 6-3 now in the top of the 5th
6-3.
on the
Nice.
Mount.
Because I know, dude, LSU had 2 Grand Slams yesterday. I was like, what the?
No, their bats came out big time. What they drop like 16 yesterday?
Yeah. Dude, yeah, the thing is if West Virginia had 9, and you still got slaughtered. Like, what?
Yeah, just
You got
like
9, it wasn't even a ball game.
no.
Like, that's crazy.
The best series was probably that Miami Louisville. It went to
Miami,
game 3
Louisville, excellent
today.
series.
Yeah, every
So was
game
that
was
the
close.
Arizona North Carolina series
Hmm
after game 1. Really, a
Yeah, these
shocker
last
there.
2 games.
Arizona
Yeah,
coming out of the
Arizona.
region though.
Upsetting 5 seed North Carolina will go to the
Ooh,
College World Series to face another team that pulled an upset. Although they're seeded, 13 seed Coastal Carolina went into Auburn
yeah,
and
went into
swept them
Auburn and swept them.
2-0 and made it look easy. Not really
Yeah,
particularly threatened by the Tigers
no,
and the 2017 champs. I can't remember.
2016 or 17, about a
Yeah.
decade ago. Yeah,
They're back.
so I
They're
mean,
back in Omaha, and they will
yeah.
square off their first game. Would be against Arizona.
Has Arizona been to the? I'm sure they've been, but I
Oh yeah,
can't.
no, Arizona has some titles. Yeah, yeah. No, Arizona has got like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been a while though. I believe since they've been here.
yeah. But they were back when the West Coast really
Pac-12
used to
used to
dominate.
they used
Yeah,
to
the sport.
dominate
Yeah,
Omaha. Absolutely.
yeah. It was. I mean, USC
Same with
still
softball.
has. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. USC still has the all-time, the most College World
And they
Series
haven't. Yeah,
titles.
they haven't been to. Yeah, I saw that they've been. They have the most things and have been to Omaha in like 30 years or something.
It's good. They haven't won one since '98. I don't know when the last time USC has been.
I know it's been a little bit.
But yeah, they Arizona has 4 titles and they won them
4 titles.
76, 80, 86, and 2012 was the last time they won one. They
2012.
were
Okay.
runners up in 2016. So
Okay, so they've been here a couple times.
and
Okay.
and they've made 8 overall.
Nice.
Yeah, if you look at the most, is that just finals or is that College World Series period? Yeah, USC's made the most with 14. Texas has made 12. Arizona State 10. LSU 8. Actually, I think this is just making the actual
Just
finals, like the championship series. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is it. Texas actually holds the most appearances, 38 all time.
wow.
With 6 titles. Yeah, that's crazy. But no, yeah, they that was like you said, good series. Louisville, of course, took that from Miami, so they await the winner of this Oregon State, Florida State, winner take all game. Which, of course, we said Oregon State's up big right now. Number 15 seed UCLA punched their ticket. They took out UT San Antonio.
The upstart guys.
Yeah, the upstart guys who upset Texas. They are out of it. UCLA really did a good job at home. They are
Yeah.
waiting their first game. They will play the winner of Duke and Murray State. Duke took game 1. Murray State just exploded
Water.
today to take
Yeah.
game 2. What,
Big game
18
three
runs?
tomorrow. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, game 3 tomorrow for winner take all to go.
yeah.
Another
And that's
unseeded team. Yeah.
and that's another. I mean, it'll be of course Murray State's first ever and first for Duke since 70 some. So
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Looking here. Look for the Dukies.
they became. I think I read some or somebody said something. The last time Duke came, like Coach K was like 12. I was like, oh
Hmm.
wow.
Yeah, last time Duke made a College World Series was 1961.
Yeah, so it's been a little bit.
Been a little bit,
You
yeah.
could basically
Yeah,
say they've never been, because most people
yeah,
didn't see that or were kids.
yeah. Florida State fans, of course, hoping to come back because they used to heartbreak. They have 24 all-time appearances,
They've been to Omaha so
no
many
titles,
times, and Mike
no
Martin
titles.
would always find a yeah. He's been yeah one of the better coaches in college baseball history, and yeah,
Just couldn't get over
always
that. Yeah, couldn't get that crown.
that's tough because he seemed like a really good guy overall too. So
Yeah, Arkansas. They look as they, of course, they clinch their spot. They await the winner of this LSU West Virginia game or series.
mhm.
They've made 12 appearances with no titles all time. So of course they are
Yeah,
fighting as the 3 seed. They're the favorite now. So
yeah, they're the favorite, but usually that favorite never wins in Omaha.
yeah, it's crazy.
And they, of course, last time they were in Omaha was when they could have went up Oregon State that first game, and they dropped the foul ball, and then the Oregon State scored, and then yeah,
Oh yeah, just
back in like yeah, it's changed everything for them. And they're they're a team that's been through a lot. They're always a good team, but always seem to choke somewhere. So it was funny watching some of the end of that game because even though they were up big time, at the end, the Tennessee dude hit a 2-run homer, and the crowd kind of went like, "Oh, they've been through some
yeah.
things." But good win for them. And that's the thing, of course, LSU always travels really well to Omaha. But people around here don't like when they come because they jack up the tickets. Because LSU, they don't care what they what they pay. They just the ticket
They're
prices go
coming.
up a lot
Yeah,
whenever LSU comes into town. And then, but it'll be a diverse field from last. Last year was 4 SEC, 4 ACC. Um, so yeah, much more diverse field this year. Got some
yeah,
couple of SEC, couple of ACC, Big Ten. Yeah, so it should be an
yeah. No, yeah, it's a real
interesting.
fun one, and yeah, we'll see. Like we said, we got 3 teams to be decided. Looking
Mhm.
like Oregon State's going right now. West Virginia trying to rally here in the bottom of the 5th. They got 1 on, no outs.
Hey, it's hard to win
Should
at
be.
LSU though.
It is, yeah, and they would need to win tonight, and then this would only
And
force game
tomorrow,
3 tomorrow. Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's
um,
a tough job. Tough play. The
tough.
box is a tough place to go in and win.
Yeah, and then LSU, I think, of course, becomes another team that if they get to Omaha, they're immediately one of the
Oh yeah,
favorites.
just because they travel. I mean, their game at times it seems like a home game almost. Just the amount of LSU fans that come to Omaha every year,
Yeah,
and
no,
they come even when they don't make it. I mean, they come tailgate and have a good ass time even when they don't make it. So it's great.
go to that bar with the Jello shots, and
Yeah.
look, right now, I'll tell you, it looks like Florida State has a shot to make this a game again. They're down 13-4, but they have the bases loaded in the top of the 4th here, but 2 outs, so they need
Yeah, they need some little
a
juice.
couple runs here, and yeah, all of a sudden this might be a game again.
That's the thing, man. Baseball, that momentum changes so quick. You get a little confidence, get a couple runs across, and changes
When
the
you still, I
whole.
mean, it's not early, but it's top of the fourth, so there's still, even if
Yeah,
they
so
just get
you
a
got
base hit here
time.
and score two, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you get
just
a
chipping away.
yeah, chipping away a little bit at a time. You keep it chipping and build that confidence. By the seventh, man, you might have a ball game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just right now, you're in it where you need to chip away every inning,
Yeah,
or you hit a grand slam and really,
yeah, that'll quicken that
yeah,
quicken that up a lot.
there you go. I'm actually getting distracted now by these dudes behind home plate in the Florida State game with this beer can pyramid they have going. Are these all beers these guys are putting
Yeah,
down? Because that is
they do this at
impressive.
Oregon State.
Oh,
It's an
really?
Oregon
Okay.
State thing. Yeah,
Well,
it's a says late. Someone took a whole picture or made a post about it on X. Or yeah, so yeah.
interesting. Okay. Well, strike three there. Big strikeout for the Beavers to
Um,
keep Florida State at bay. In Alabama baseball news, Justin LeBron announced this week he is staying and will be back next year.
it's
So
epic.
much like LeBaron Philon in Alabama basketball, that's big. It's real big for Alabama
That's
baseball to keep
huge.
him around.
To keep him for 3 years is pretty epic.
Yeah, exactly. Big for some guy that you can build a roster around, and hopefully
Absolutely.
he takes even another step next year to
He,
really being that dude and
yeah.
can help lead this team back to Omaha themselves.
Oh, absolutely. If he
Yeah.
could maybe get a little more clutch and get a little
Oh,
more
and some
clutch
help
and
around. Some help
yeah.
around them.
Yeah,
It's close.
get a cup. But overall, I think our bat. I mean, our bats were decent this year. But yeah, if we could just get a little more help, and if we could get some, man, that middle relief is our
Yeah,
biggest thing.
yeah,
I would say
yeah,
we could shore
yeah.
that up a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's huge though. Be able to keep a guy of that caliber in Tuscaloosa for 3 years, considering there's quite a few programs that I'm sure that could have. You would think they would be able to come in and take him, but obviously he's building. Even though the money's important, obviously relationships matter as well. So obviously he likes the coaching staff, his team. So that's a great thing, and hopefully other people see that and be interested in coming to Tuscaloosa as well.
Yeah. And let's see other baseball news. The Braves are terrible. Um,
Terrible,
I
man. I
don't.
see so many Braves fans on my timeline just losing their shit. Like they want to
It's
get,
it's
they just want
it's
to,
frustrating, man.
yeah,
Something
just
needs to
want
be
to
done.
fire everybody.
This is the worst stretch of Braves baseball since 2015. I think I saw, and it literally happened the last time they lost. I think what did we lost like 13 out of 16 games or 15,
Yeah.
something crazy, something bad. And the
What was
last time the
that? What
Braves
was
did
that?
that was 2015, and the last time they did
Yeah.
it, what happened was they fired Freddie Gonzalez and replaced him
Yeah.
Brian Snicker. So now there's a lot of
Um,
people saying that maybe Snit's done as much as he can do with this team, and it's time to move on new
ah,
blood. Nobody really knows what they're doing. Just a lot of strange moves last week. They bring back Freddie Gonzalez.
yeah.
Just mention him.
Saw that.
Who lorded over one of the worst stretches in Braves baseball history. I mean,
Yeah.
my lasting memory of Freddie Gonzalez's tenure is actually a playoff memory, and it's Craig Kimbrell, prime Craig Kimbrell, sitting in the fucking bullpen in L.A. while Freddie Gonzalez refused to put him in because it was the eighth inning.
Mm.
And then L.A. gets big hits and takes the game and went on to win that. I believe that was a division series that Atlanta was in control of and could have really
Yeah. Now that when y'all
taken.
just
Yeah.
signed Craig Kimbrell last week, I
Yeah,
saw.
and then we promoted them from the minors this week, and then they, after one appearance, a scoreless appearance, which is rare for the bullpen this year, they let him go again. They cut him and DFA'd him, designated for assignment.
In the world.
I don't know what the hell this front office is doing. They didn't address the
When I
bullpen
saw
in the
that they signed
offseason.
Craig
Yeah,
Kimbrell, I was like, wait, alternate. You don't. Did we go back like in time? Like, was
yeah, I don't know. And I didn't get to watch the game because
Yeah,
dumb baseball rules. I don't have an avenue to watch Braves baseball this year.
yeah. They're so weird with their markets and
I
strange
don't.
stuff
Yeah,
that they do.
it's the strangest damn thing in the world to me that the sports league doesn't want people to watch their product. It's like they
Yeah.
actively try to get you to not watch it.
Yeah, they go out of their way
Yeah,
to make people not want to watch. That's weird. So weird.
it's
I
strange,
don't
but
get it.
yeah. From what I've seen differing things. Most of it is people saying he got a scoreless inning. What more do you want? And some people say he didn't look good. Apparently, he was topping out at about 92, and his breaking ball
Mm.
wasn't looking that good either. But again, scoreless inning.
Oh, Sandy.
Not many people are doing that for the Braves right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, and there's some of the bats need to perform better. Austin Riley, needs to play much better.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzie Albies, Michael Harris, they all need to play to their talent level and their salary.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the bullpen is the problem, and we knew it was going to be weak coming into the season because we didn't address, we didn't replace guys we lost from last year.
All
We
right.
didn't try to keep them. We didn't make moves, and letting Max Fried sign with the Yankees is one thing because that's the contract he wanted. We weren't willing to pay him it. Whatever.
Right.
If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I don't necessarily agree with it, especially considering his. I mean, what is he like 8-1 with a 1-something ERA right now?
Yeah.
He's killing it in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Absolutely
It
killing
really
it.
is.
And
And that's not a market that everybody succeeds in.
no,
So if
and
you
he
come
is
in and able to succeed,
yeah,
yeah, I mean that says a lot
yeah,
about you.
looking great too.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything to replace him. They,
Yeah.
we're getting Spencer Strider back, but we're getting him back from big surgery, and like, of course, he's not the
Right.
same. And granted, he finally pitched a, more Strider-like game today, but again, they couldn't pull it out. Another loss today, swept by the,
Yeah.
what's it called, Giants.
Mm.
The worst part about this streak is the Phillies are equally struggling right now. They've lost 9 to 10.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
And you
Braves
didn't
could,
gain anything on them.
nothing. With
Yeah.
any decent amount of play, you could be right there back in
Yeah.
the hunt for the division.
Absolutely.
But as it stands, 10 games under 500 and not looking good.
Yeah.
Unlike your Yanks, still in first place, still
I
plucking
mean,
away.
playing decently. I'm still waiting for we get in the middle of the summer and that bullpen is still going to be our downfall, I believe.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
don't know,
As we
but
sit here, yeah. No, yeah,
I
it's
think the
that
year,
time of year.
considering our aces, to rotator cuff the first, seemed like the first day of spring ball. I mean, we're better. I mean, in a better spot than I ever thought we would be.
Yeah,
Obviously, we still got a lot of time left. What are we almost mid June? So I mean, obviously, have a boatload of baseball left, but so far,
yeah,
can't complain too much.
yeah. About a month and a half till the trade deadline too, so that'll
All
be
right,
where.
so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll
See
see.
some
Interesting.
teams do some
How?
stuff.
Yeah. Let's see other stuff from the sports world this year. I guess the big news was the House settlement for the NCAA. Basically says that schools can now directly
Campaign.
pay their athletes.
We knew it was
So
coming. It's just not a winning.
yeah,
Of course, they did a. It's funny. Whenever these things happen, it's always like a Friday news dump. Basically, mid Friday about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Oh, by the way, it's like what? They always do that though.
yeah.
So
So
we'll see what that actually entails, because it could be weird. Because you think if you become an employee, it's a lot that goes on that can change with that. I don't know if that's I know that schools have always, I mean, there's always been a push for that, but on that other side, it could be dangerous for players, depending on the contracts.
yeah, there's definitely going to be some good and bad. I imagine. I guess the good is now we'll have some regulation in a
Hmm.
area that was wildly unregulated
Right.
before.
I mean, obviously,
It's
it's
so there'll be some good things, it'll be more legitimacy to it, which we should have had a while ago,
Right.
But yeah, it'll be, does this favor the big schools? Probably, because they have bigger
Right.
budgets,
I mean,
to
obviously
work
they
with.
have
Yeah.
bigger bigger money. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see like how that affects like, Joe Schmo, billionaire giving $1 million out of his pocket to some player. Like, how is that regulated? How would that be? Is there ever really going to be a way to regulate that? Or
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. How can they not,
yeah,
And
how do
and
you?
it'll be like anything else, where once they shut down one avenue for shady shit, the shady people will just
Figure
exactly.
something else out. I
And
mean, that's what's been going on since sports
hmm
been sports,
yeah, exactly. Especially in once
especially college.
people exactly once people realize you can make money off college sports, and that's when
Yeah,
uh, the more money goes in, the shadier things can be.
absolutely,
There.
absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll see
but
what comes of it. But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing though is if a player doesn't live up to the thing, man, can they get? I'm sure it's gonna be hard to do just because where we're at in the world and all the lawsuits that would come from it. But can players get fired? That's what I really would be interesting to see.
yeah, but can they
I mean,
take a pay cut?
yeah, yeah.
Definitely,
I mean, if you,
definitely.
yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else. Random news. Nick
And
Chubb looks like he's going to
Nick,
sign with the
yeah,
Texans. Nope, not quite out of it yet. West Virginia's got one more run here.
and of course,
Yeah.
Thibodeau got fired by the Knicks.
Oh right, yeah. I was like, I'm missing one more thing. Yeah, Tom Thibodeau, of course, let go like right after we posted our episode.
Yeah,
Of course, or finished recording even maybe.
and the most Knicks way thing, they don't even have an idea of who they want to. I thought, well, they obviously have something in play, but being the Knicks, they had no idea what they wanted to do, and they don't.
No, yeah, they're asking to interview Jason
Yeah,
Kidd, and
that's like the most New York Knicks thing ever. You fire your coach, who took you to your first conference finals since 2000. Really, the most legitimate run since like they've had some horrible coaches in there. If you look
yeah,
at
oh,
if you look
terrible.
at because I always think, but really, you look when it was like, when Mike Woodson was the coach. I mean, he was like before Tibbs was kind of like the last playoff coach, and they've had some horrible teams in between that. I almost forgot that Jeff Hornacek was a coach for a little bit in New York.
Oh man, I did until you just said it.
Yeah, Jeff Hornacek was a coach. Yeah, I was like,
No,
what?
this
It's
is
been bad.
yeah,
They've had some
absolutely.
horrible runs, and to fire
It,
the guy, I don't know.
it seems like reading some stories. It seemed like it kind of been come in. Just maybe he
Right,
burnt out the
but
team and the
but
franchise and hit the
but
limit of where they thought he could go.
yeah, but the fact, I mean, I get it. I mean, he obviously he's a polarizing guy. He's gonna bring success, but things come along, baggage comes along with it. Depending upon the style. I mean, he's not gonna not the today's athlete maybe not. He's an old school guy, so some of what he does today's athlete's really not gonna get. But like I always say, man, if you're gonna get rid of a dude that did a lot for your franchise as far as getting them where they're at, you gotta have something in place. You can't just randomly fire a guy and not have nothing in place.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. If you're gonna do that, yeah, like who are you going with next? And
Yeah, I always say if you're not know for sure or feel 100% legit that the next dude's a better option, like what are you doing? Like
yeah,
the next dude's gonna come in and he's not gonna have a bench either. Like, like Tibbs is known for not playing his bench, but there was no bench in New York this year. It
no, yeah,
was a horrible bench, and really they maxed out getting to the Eastern Conference Finals with some of the supporting roles are pretty bleak. It's not a very good roster. So
No, no, yeah. Um, let's
very
see
top heavy.
elsewhere. I think the other big thing, sort of big anyway, at least big in name, this week was
Oh
Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers signing with the Steelers.
just wild.
I welcome it because I don't think I just think he's
Mhm.
lost the juice. I don't think this amount of time away from that injury really matters at this
Yeah,
age.
no, he's yeah.
I don't think he particularly fits what the Steelers like to do on offense anyway.
No, not
I
at
don't
all.
particularly think the Steelers actually have that good of a roster this year compared to, traditional
No.
Steelers rosters. But they do have Mike
Ooh, I mean,
Tomlin, so they'll probably win. They'll go like 9-8, and
yeah, 9-8. They may make a wild card
I'm
depending
gonna
on
say
how things shape out.
they'll threaten
They'll
for
be
a
in
wild card,
contention.
or they'll
Yeah,
win one and lose by 20 in the wild card round.
yeah. Kind of what they've done for the last 10 years. So they've kind of
Yeah, basically, yeah,
been
pretty
around.
much, yeah.
I mean,
They
but
have
and at some point, like man, you guys really need to figure out this quarterback thing because I mean, since Roethlisberger, it's been terrible.
Oh, and I
It
mean
has
their
been
quarterback room is
abysmal.
now, so it's what, Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph,
Yeah.
uh, and
The
who else is in the
from
quarterback room?
Ohio State
Um,
who came from K did they he transfer from the national championship quarterback and he in Pittsburgh now? I can't think of his name.
oh, Will
The
Howard.
transfer from Will Howard, yeah, I think he's in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah. I think that's where they drafted him.
Yeah. And it's just
Either
wild. I
way,
mean,
well, and they traded
they,
away George Pickens. I know they did sign or traded for DK Metcalf, but uh, I don't know.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
whatever.
Yeah,
Again,
this is
I'm a Ravens fan, so of course I'm not going to view it favorably. But
no, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good day. But man, they're just the pride of this man, and they're just I don't know. It's fun. It's funny watching them. This quarterback situation has gone from bad to worse.
yeah,
Oh man, it's funny. It's funny to watch. So
we'll see. Like I said, they're going to have a good defense. You know they will.
yeah, yeah,
Possibly even great defense. That's what they have there. They do have DK Metcalf. We said that. Not sure about
right,
their running backs. Their offensive line's been up and down. Last
yeah,
year, they did lose their left tackle in free
hmm
agency. So who knows? It's Mike Tomlin. You can't ever count a Mike Tomlin coach team out, or the Steelers in general. They're just that kind of
yeah,
annoying fucking
yeah.
franchise.
They always find a
Yeah.
way to stay in the
Mm,
playoff hunt, no
yeah.
matter how ugly their games are. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Anything else you want to touch on sports world?
mm, no, I think we covered most everything there. I mean, looks like Oregon State they did get another home run, so it looks like they're well on their way. 14-4. I think think they're well on their way to coming to Omaha again.
Yeah, Florida State once again trying to put something here.
Yeah,
Two on, one
two
out in
on.
the
They're making a
in the,
pitch and change.
in the fifth here. Again, though,
But
if you're Florida State, you got to start putting runs on the board. Just you
yeah,
can't leave it to
absolutely.
hope you get a 10-run rally. You got to chip away
Yeah,
until you
chip
only need
away.
a couple.
Right.
But yeah, yeah. It looks like we're again. This is game 3, so winner of this one here in Corvallis is going to Omaha, and then we got
Yeah.
uh, West Virginia trying to come back on their own. They're down there in
Yeah.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah. And then we have for sure game 3 tomorrow night. Duke and
Yeah,
Murray State.
yeah. That's fun time, man.
Should be an
Always a
interesting
good,
one.
like we mentioned last week, good time of year for sports fans. A bunch
Absolutely.
of fun stuff. Uh,
Absolutely.
that should do it. Oh, there we go. Any Money in the Bank thoughts? Did you watch Money in
I
the Bank?
haven't watched yet. I haven't
Yeah.
watched,
Okay.
but I've heard. I mean, of course, I've heard things. I know that
Yeah.
our truth is back
Yeah. Our
already.
truth, as
I mean,
Ron Killings officially under
Ron
his
Killings,
name.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I now I could be wrong, but Triple H, I think you fired him, and I think the backlash was too big, and I had to bring him back.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, this is not a
They're,
work.
they're
This
gonna they're
is.
gonna play it as such a, but
I will say that.
those legit wrestling sites were not going to um play. You know what I'm saying? If it was part of the story, they wouldn't have reported it like they did.
No, yeah, yeah,
Those some
no.
legit sites out there. So
But yeah, it is worth noting though. Officially, they just didn't renew his contract, so he wasn't quite fired. But
fire, but yeah,
it is, yeah, much like we've seen this a time or two before where someone leaves and then they're just clamoring. The fans are like, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, let's bring him back." But I
yeah,
think particularly with this guy R-Truth/Ron Killings, you even saw it. I did catch a clip at least of Kathy Kelly, their backstage
yeah,
reporter, talking about it, and she legit got emotional, and
yeah. He just
he's got that
probably the most
locker
liked
room
guy in the
presence.
whole locker room. Yeah,
Exactly, and those are
absolutely.
guys. Oh, good play there, about second baseman there. Understandably, it's a business, and if they decided that he wasn't worth the money for what they use him for, that's understandable. But yeah, you gotta
Gotta figure something out. It's too.
yeah. So
Such a,
interesting. The Ron Killings things is interesting to me. I wonder if that
that is
means that
interesting.
maybe he does this little program, but maybe signs with TNA or something because they have that working relationship with them now, and he
Right.
goes back to a
Yeah.
place where he was
And
a
he has
world
been the
champion
TNA
there.
champion
Yeah,
twice, I believe.
back when they were associated with the NWA too, which means he's a
Yeah.
recognized world champion in pro wrestling. So yeah,
Right. Because he think he beat Ken Shamrock at one point.
yeah, uh-huh.
So it's
But
kind of
yeah,
interesting. Other than that, I haven't watched Money in the Bank. I heard it was. I mean, it sounds like it was okay from the little things I've accidentally seen, and sounds like some crowd. There wasn't much a crowd. There was plenty of spots where a crowd was not. So I don't know. That was kind of because of our truth, or just where tickets prices are right now, or I don't know. But I know that's been a
yeah.
thing too. A lot of people are pissed at how high wrestling tickets have gone recently.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a
But
couple of clips here, and I'll watch it at some point this week. I always enjoy watching that pay per
yeah.
view because the ladder matches are so fun.
Oh yeah, the Money in the Bank matches are always legit.
Yeah,
And of
Seth
course,
Rollins, of course. Seth Rollins took it for the guys,
yeah,
and Naomi took it
Naomi,
for the
yeah,
women. So that's interesting there. I think that's a much more interesting decision there. I think.
it is. It's interesting how many up and coming women they had in that match as well. I thought that was
Yeah,
interesting.
Julia, Stephanie Vacour, of course, Rhea was in that thing. That was a good lineup, man. That women's
Yeah,
one was stacked. I am excited to watch that. I've watched a couple of clips, but I tell you, those two, Julia and Stephanie Vacour, are
yeah.
awesome. They're
And
great in
then
the ring.
Dom's new girlfriend.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that's a wild
they
story,
have a
man.
lot of they have a lot of good talent there. Hopefully, they use these women right that are up and coming and don't waste them. Get the
Yeah,
most
I
out of them there. And
still
still no
wish they would
storyline.
do. I still wish they would do a tag team Money in the Bank.
That would be
I think,
legit.
yeah, I think that'd be fun. I know you're going to 3 ladder matches one night. I don't care. Screw it. Just make it a 4-match night. Do a men's, a women's, a men's tag team, and a women's tag team.
Absolutely. Why not?
As Florida State gets one back here.
Yeah, yeah,
Chip,
that
chip,
would be
chip.
fun. That would be fun
Uh,
there.
yeah, but all right, that does it for us. Greg, did you have anything done up real good this week you wanted to talk about?
Done up real good. Just took the kids to a little. We have a yearly fair carnival that comes June to the area there. So we went out there today. I mean, it's all right. I
Nice.
mean, it's a good time with the kids there. Of course, the best thing for me, we of course we like the funnel cakes and all those fair foods. I mean, that's obviously
Yeah,
why
that's
you
all.
go to those things.
Yeah, that's the
But
that's the real. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. How about you?
Uh, and, nothing too particular. Just
Yeah,
a good week. Did go to the in-laws today, so I had a good lunch cooked by the
good
mother-in-law.
lunch. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that good stuff. But in general, just I guess can't complain. So
Right. Hey, that's
I was
always a good thing.
yeah, exactly. I was trying to think of anything specific, but I think we talked about them last week and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just yeah. That's it. Thanks for listening, folks. As always, subscribe, give us a rating or like or wherever you get your podcast. It looks like another Florida State run here, or
Yeah.
at least a hit.
So-
Tell your friends about us. Tell your rich friends about us. Any businesses that want to throw a sponsorship our way, holler, holler. If you are interested in writing or doing your own podcast for the Alabama Take, email the alabama.take@gmail.com. Holler at Blaine, pitch your idea. He'll work with you on it. Check out the alabama.take.com for all of our writings and all of the podcasts there. You can check Greg out on Bama Hammer. Get his opinions on all things Alabama athletics there. And as always, keep it done up real good yourselves out there, folks.
Absolutely.
I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.